Welcome to the Ricky Matthews Show from the Citizens Bank Studio. I hope y'all having a great day as we continue to celebrate so many amazing people across the great state of Mississippi. Speaking of that, actually, tomorrow I have a great show with my friend Steve Azar, who's actually going to be coming from the Delta Music Institute at Delta State. He does an in-residence teaching opportunity there once a month, and he's been doing it for 14 years. And we'll talk about One Mississippi and what he's doing there, a little bit about the recording industry. I always like to talk to Steve about the evolution of AI as it relates to the work that he's doing. And it ought to be a great show. Also, at the beginning of the show, I'm going to share some thoughts about the letter from Bill Cork of the MDA about the most recent recommendations as it relates to the Gulf Coast Restoration Funds. And as you know, I've been writing about this all year long. My strong contention is we've got to get our regional act together, develop a regional plan, and start focusing on diversifying away from military, tourism, and shipbuilding. We need something else. We need to build mega sites. We need to do more to diversify the economy of Mississippi, because especially coastal Mississippi, as it relates to advanced manufacturing and AI and what that's going to do to us. We better pay attention. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But for now, today is Singer River Health Talk. We have a great segment. We're going to talk actually about Narcan vending machines. Big deal. Opening up at Singer River Gulfport, free vending machine where people can get Narcan. And we're going to talk specifically about why that's so important, the number of lives that are being saved across the state of Mississippi every day. It's truly remarkable, the difference that Narcan can have in saving someone who's having a drug overdose. Really important conversation. But for the first part of the show, I'm actually thrilled to have my old friend Chad Riemann, who's president of Riemann Funeral Homes, somebody I've known for many, many years, known his family. My dad knew his grandfather. So we have generations that have worked together in the community over many years. And Julia Richardson, who's with the Harrison County Veteran Service, she's a Harrison County Veteran Service officer. And we're going to talk about a really important Wreath-Laying that's going to be coming up here in the next, and very soon, actually. So, Chad and Julia, welcome to the Ricky Matthews Show. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Doing good. Thank you for having us.
Chad, how have you been doing, man? It's been a while since I've seen you, man. How's life?
It's great. Life's good. I've got 3 children that all go to Mississippi State right now, so I've been spending some time with them in Starkville and just taking care of families, and, just the life of a funeral director doesn't change very much.
I know it does. Listen, I'm glad they're going to Mississippi State and not Ole Miss, or they'd be heartbroken with the Lane Kiffin situation. I posted something about it on the Ricky Matthews Show site and looked just a few minutes ago, and 10,000 people have already interacted with it. So you can tell it's a raw wound that people want to say what they think about it. So I'm sure you still have your opinion about it, but thank goodness y'all not dealing with that. Julia, right. Tell us about what do you do, Julia, in your day-to-day life?
Well, I help our veterans attain their benefits through the VA. So, and basically, if there's any emergencies outside of the VA that they need help with, we help that as well. So,
well, good.
It's a rewarding job.
So, how did you and Chad come together?
Well, let me back up. You asked what she does. She's a bulldog for veterans. If someone in the veteran community needs something or is trying to figure something out, Julia is a relentless advocate for them. And as the Harrison County Veteran Service Officer, I've seen her at work, and it doesn't matter if she's in the office at the courthouse or if she's at the cemetery or wherever it is. I've seen her take care of people right there on the spot. So don't let her be shy. She is if you're a veteran and you need an advocate, she's it.
Yeah. Hey, let me check in with our producer real quick. Kyle, is that clock right? Okay. He's going to get that clock right there in just a second. Julia, I can't tell you how important that is. I mean, when you've got someone who can be an advocate for someone who really doesn't always know how to work through the maze of a veteran's life, I mean, you've learned to work your way through that, and you can help them, and that's become a passion for you, I guess.
Yes, yes. And thank God for National Association for County Veteran Service Officers. The training that I received there from them is, so I'm just blessed by all measure to be able to serve veterans and
Well,
their
have you been?
dependents.
Yeah. Have you been called a bulldog before?
Yes. Yes. And I'm actually hotty toddy. And I will tell you, I will say this to you. Mama said, if I can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. So I'm just going to be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what
I'm
I wrote
bitter.
was that Lane Kiffin literally just proved that he has no heart at all.
No heart.
And people are reacting to it in a really big way. So this notion of wreath laying is not new to you, is it, Chad? Something you've been involved with many times before, right?
Yeah, we years ago, I think we're on year number 13 or 14, maybe. I apologize, I don't know the exact year, but there's a group and there's a program called Wreaths Across America, and Wreaths Across America was started, and it's a function of where wreaths are laid at national cemeteries, and they're live wreaths. And so across the country at national cemeteries every December, there's a ceremony that's held. Well, Julia's father was buried at the National Cemetery here in Biloxi, and she called me one Christmas and she said, "My dad doesn't have a wreath." And so what that meant was, out of all of the thousands of interments for veterans and their spouses at the National Cemetery, not everybody got a wreath. And it was just a pure financial issue at that point. So she goes, "What can we do to fix this?" She goes, "Will you help me?" And I said, "Well, of course." So she and I and Kevin Cuddle from Crusaders for Veterans really kind of came together and put our heads together, and we started a grassroots effort to cover each grave at the cemetery. But our plan was to do it with artificial wreaths. Mm-hmm. So it started out really small. The first year we had a couple of thousand, but really, really quickly, it got to the point where we were able to cover every grave.
Yeah, that's incredible. Tell me about Kevin's organization.
Crusaders for Veterans, they're out there to help veterans. They might need a ramp built. They might have a problem with their car. Maybe they can't make rent or something like that. It's just a group that we're able to reach out. I mean, Harrison County, I use him a lot to help me with veterans who are down and out. Of course, there's rules to the game with that, honorable discharge and so forth. So, but it's a great organization, and we're blessed to have him. So,
yeah, I listen. Julia, I just finished a book about hope. The name of the book is called Finding Hope, and it's in the editor's hand now. But in the book, though, I tell the story of a veteran, an Afghanistan veteran, who came back and had just tremendous challenges, really tough challenges, psychological challenges, and just the post-traumatic stress syndrome that really settled in with him. And the role that Wounded Warrior Projects and other organizations played in helping him find his new normal. But you see that a lot, don't you?
Yes, I do. My husband was a retired Marine and Desert Storm, and he suffered with PTSD as well. So not only do you see, I lived it, and my father was a Vietnam veteran, and he suffered with PTSD as well. So I was kind of like blessed, and so to speak, to be raised with that, to kind of be sensitive. And I think it primed me to be able to do what I do for today, to service our veterans.
Yeah, that is so awesome to hear. You guys had to raise money, had to have fundraising efforts. Tell me a little bit about that, and we'll pick it up on the other side. We got about a minute left.
Yeah, the fundraising piece of what we do is real. So it takes about $25,000 to $30,000 a year. And Wreaths for Biloxi National Cemetery is a 501c3. And so it takes about $25,000 to $30,000 a year just to purchase new wreaths and bows for those that look bad after they've been out for a month or so at Christmas. So the community has come together from an individual's perspective, from a corporate perspective, and a civic perspective. So we've been very blessed to be able to include a lot of different people in what we do and how we fundraise, and it's been a great thing. And I'll tell you, one of the people that has really helped us with the media aspect of what we do. I know that's your life now, Ricky, but the media aspect and the technology aspect of my life is very little. So Carrie Stoddard with the Primetime Agency is part of our committee now, and she has really done a great job helping us get the word out, promoting the event. And we also have Jennifer Pyron with the Biloxi School System, who is our volunteer coordinator. So as it relates to preparing the wreaths.
Let's pick it. We're out of time on this segment, but when we come back on the other side, we're going to talk more about the wreaths for Biloxi National Cemetery. We'll see you after this break. Welcome back to the Ricky Matthews Show from the Citizens Bank Studio. I'm pleased to have my old friend Chad Riemann. We go back a long way from Riemann Funeral Homes, and Julia Richardson, who is the Harrison County Veteran Service Officer, the Bulldog. She's out there working on behalf of veterans, helping them work their way through the maze. It's beautiful what she does. It's important what she does. And they came together and with Kevin Cuthill from the Crusaders for Veterans, and they started an important effort some years ago. And it's laying wreaths at Biloxi National Cemetery. But I want people to get a sense of scale here. How many wreaths are we talking about? This has evolved into a relatively big project, and it also requires a lot of volunteers. Tell me a little bit about that, Chad.
We thought we had a really good plan, and we really thought we knew what we were doing when we started, but we did not. We learned, as you do, you go through things, you make mistakes, and you learn, and you get better. But it has become a really, really massive effort from a volunteer's perspective. But not only that, but storage and logistics and new wreaths and delivery and bows and these things. So basically what takes place is that on Thursday morning, rain or shine, and that's a big thing because we're forecasted 80% rain Thursday and Friday. And it doesn't matter if it's rain, cold, it doesn't matter. We're going to go out there and this is going to happen because the people, the families that have loved ones interred there deserve that. So at 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, Mr. Fayard's going to drive in with 4 18-wheelers full of wreaths. And those wreaths have to be unloaded from those cargo trailers by hand, one at a time. And there's 30,000 of them. So wow. We have a volunteer system. I mentioned earlier Jennifer Pyron with the Biloxi School System. If anybody is interested in adding their name to the volunteer list, just go to the Wreaths for Biloxi National Cemetery Facebook page and send us a message, and we'll get you set up for a time for a volunteer opportunity. But at 8 o'clock, we're going to unload those trucks. They'll be placed in the boulevard at the base of the flagpole at the National Cemetery in rows. And we'll go wreath by wreath by wreath, and we'll discard the wreaths that are old and fragile and need to go. And we'll replace every single bow on every single wreath Thursday and Friday from 8 to 5, sitting right there. So it like I mentioned earlier, it's a really, really massive effort to make that happen. But if it doesn't happen on Thursday and Friday, Ricky, the ceremony can't happen on Saturday. So That's the importance of the volunteer effort. And we need 1,000.
Yeah. So what is the ceremony Saturday?
Go ahead.
It starts at 11, and it's just, a few key speakers, and then we kick off. We call up the families that lost loved ones this year, and they're able to come up, get the first wreath to go place on their loved one. But you need to know, we're so proud of the National Cemetery here that we're in the top 5 across the country that lay wreaths on every grave at the National Cemetery. So we're really proud of that. Top 5.
So listen, again, you have family who were war veterans, and you work with veterans. So when you think about honoring them in this way, it means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Oh, see, I'm going to cry right now.
No, you got it.
Okay, so, Ricky, I'm sorry. I actually lost my husband this year. I lost him in August. So this is my first Christmas without him. And I just know this event and past, to see all our community come out and stand out there to help, rain, cold, whatever, just to be a part of that, to see that. There's so much love in here in our community, and I'm grateful. I am grateful, and they deserve that out there. They deserve to be honored. So I'm blessed to have Chad Riemann on my side along with Kevin Cuddle. So I'm blessed beyond.
Well, thanks for sharing that, and God bless you. I know it's got to be difficult, but at the same time, it really creates a passion for continuing to do something you've been involved in for so many years, and it's inspiring to watch. And Chad, you think about your family, and you've had the opportunity over so many years to honor veterans continuously this goes back generations. It's part of the DNA of your family, isn't it?
Yes. And the National Cemetery is truly a jewel, and not every community has one. And so we're really, really fortunate to have that in South Mississippi. And I've being out there as much as I am, I've watched how they operate. I've watched how they care for that place. We had, after the hurricanes, you give it a couple of days and that place will look like brand new. We've had a tornado that came through there and uprooted oak trees and knocked over headstones. And within no time, it is a symbol of appreciation. It's for those that served our country. It's there free of charge for all honorable discharge veterans and their spouses. And it's just like I say, it's a treasure to have it in our community. It's really special.
Yeah, I mean, it's a special place. I've had the opportunity to be there, and after the wreaths are laid. Now, look, what people need to, I would really encourage you, in fact, to go look up the wreaths for Biloxi National Cemetery so you can see the wreaths themselves. But we're not talking about, these are substantial pieces. They're not just little wreaths that are being laid. These are very significant pieces, each one of them. And they take up some room. And when you get them all laid out, whether it's flat on the ground or whether it's up against the headstone, it's a significant sight to observe, isn't it?
Yes, it's a beautiful sight to observe. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's breathtaking.
It really is.
The other thing, and when you see them and the backdrop may be fog, or it may be bright sunshine, or it may be rain, it doesn't matter. When you see and they're all lined up perfectly, just like the headstones are. There's a regulation about where it goes on the grave and where the bow goes and all of those things. And you would expect no less at the National Cemetery. So it is a really gorgeous and beautiful sight.
Hey, listen, for the short time we have left. Yeah, go ahead. You can finish your thought.
I wanted to tell you too, like when we're out there working, prepping those wreaths, funerals are still happening. So, there's a lot of chatter happening, but when a funeral comes through, you'll be amazed in our community how everybody just stops. It's silence, and they are giving the respect to the families as they're coming by with their loved ones. So it's a wonderful sight to see.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So look, let's cover the big things. If someone wants to volunteer, what they need to do, where this is going to be, the event on Saturday. If someone wants to contribute to this effort, it's a substantial effort. So anyone who has the ability to contribute toward this effort would be greatly appreciated. But why don't y'all, in the short time we have left, cover those basics?
Well, I'm going to tell you, just if you haven't signed up to volunteer, don't worry about signing up. Just come on out, and we'll put you where you need to be.
That's right.
So just come out and take part. And then next year, of course, look at the Wreaths for BNC website or Facebook page, and just keeping upbeat on what's happening. But if you haven't volunteered, if you haven't done it, come on out, and I promise you will. It won't be your last year. You will be back next year.
You'll bring your grandkids and everyone else.
Yeah,
8 to 5
morning.
Thursday.
Yeah.
8 to 5 Thursday, 8 to 5 Friday. The ceremony starts at 11 on Saturday. And if we don't get finished with all the bows and wreaths on Thursday and Friday, we'll pick it back up at 8 on Saturday.
And then we need to pick up the first Saturday after the new year. So for pickup.
Yeah, so I think it's January 4th maybe is the pickup day.
Amazing effort. You said 30,000. Is that I remember that number right?
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah.
30,000. You started with, I think, around 3,000. That probably was a massive undertaking. And never in your wildest imagination did you dream that it would become 10 times more than that in the years you've been doing this. But you've got it down to a fine art. And at the end of the day, it's doing exactly what you hoped it would do, and that is bring attention to our veterans and the sacrifice that they made. And also the reality that we're lucky to have that particular cemetery here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And so you kill several birds with one stone, and it's a beautiful stone at that. So any final thoughts, Chad, before we sum it all up?
Yeah, if you're a veteran and you're considering burial at the National Cemetery, please make sure that you have your DD-214 in your personal paperwork because you have to have that in order to schedule that interment. Doesn't matter if you've been at the VA hospital, doesn't matter what the case may be, you have to have that document. So if you don't, there's ways to get that, and I'm happy to help you with that if need be.
That's terrific. Julia Richardson, Harrison County Veteran Services Officer. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and keep up the great work. And Chad, it's great to see you again, my friend. It's been a while. President of Riemann Funeral Homes. Thank y'all so much for the work you're doing in the community. And good luck to you guys, even if it rains. Well, I mean, still, there's great inspiration from God in the rain. That's for sure. Have a great day, everybody. And we will see you. We'll see you after this break with Singing River Health Talk. See you guys later.
Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you.